Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have decided that I want to take part in Top 5 Wednesdays. This is a group that was started on Goodreads, I believe, and they put out a list at the beginning of every month and they suggest or prompt that you put out your list of top 5, whatever that category is. So I've decided to take part because I do post Wednesdays. I haven't said that I have a set posting schedule, but I've been pretty religious to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday posting schedule, so Wednesdays fit in very, very nicely for me. This week's theme, or this week's top 5 topic, is your top 5 series or books that you want to reread. And I've been saying for a little while to myself that there are some books that I seriously want to reread, and I don't know how I'm going to find the time because I have such an extensive TBR of books I haven't even read yet. I don't know when I'm going to get to these books, but there are plenty of books that I want to reread, so why don't we jump right into it and I'll tell you my top 5 books that right now I'm feeling like I want to reread. Again, this is something that changes pretty frequently because I get into different moods, but right now this is all I can think about, and I definitely want to start rereading. Number 5 is Kim Harrison's Hollow series. This is Dead Witch Walking. This is the first book of the Hollows series, and I've been collecting these in these small little pocket versions for a while now, and I'm just desperate to reread them. The series is complete, so there's no more coming out, and I just enjoyed the heck out of this series so strongly that I miss it, and I feel like it's been a little while since I've read them, and I feel like I could get back into them and really enjoy rereading these. So at some point I do want to reread these, but I think there's 9 or 10 at least books in the series, and I mean that's a time commitment, but I do want to reread them. So my 4th reread is a book that I don't have physically with me, and I don't think I actually even own it, but one of the kids that I nanny for was reading it and made me remember how much I loved it and wanted to read it again, and that is The Secret Garden. And I remember loving that book when I was younger, and I just feel like that might be something as an adult I would enjoy rereading and seeing how I feel about it now. It's just a classic that I absolutely loved. So I do want to give that a reread. Next up is a standalone. This is One Day by David Nichols. When I read this, it destroyed me. I know I've said this a lot on this channel before, but I'm curious how it would affect me now. I'm curious if I would love it as much now as I did when I read it and it was a little bit more relevant to me and I was younger and college aged and just kind of found myself in the same shoes, and I just kind of related to Emma. So I'm not sure how I would feel about it now that I'm far out of that situation. So I kind of think that I want to reread this, but I know it's going to give me all the feels and depression, and I'm kind of afraid I'm not going to love it as much, but I feel like I will. I don't know. I want to reread it. Next up is a series that I want to reread. This is Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. And the reason I want to reread this is because I read the entire series except for the last book. So I want to reread the entire series so that I can find my way all the way up to the conclusion and finally say that I've read this series. And it's been years and years since I've read this series. So I feel like I enjoyed it then. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So I'm curious how I would feel about it now, and I do want to finish it, so I need to reread these. So the last book is a series that I want to reread, and I can't believe I haven't reread them yet, but I just recently got the whole set and I'm desperate to get back into them, and that is the Harry Potter series. So I did get the entire UK paperback edition of these books. They're too big to hold all in one hand, but they're gorgeous and stunning and beautiful, and I want to reread them. I love them. They give me all the feels, and it's such an amazing series, and I feel like this is going to be one of my 2017 goals that I set for myself, is that I really desperately want to reread this series. It's been way too long, so I feel like I could really happily dive back into that world, and I know that I would enjoy them just as much, but I've seen so many people that are saying that they are rereading them or that they're rereading them in the illustrated versions, and I just am desperate to join the throngs of others that are rereading this series and reread them. So. The Wicked series, One Day, the Hollow series, the Harry Potter series, and the Secret Garden. And again, these things change, but that's just the mood that I'm in currently right now. That's what I'm really, really wanting to reread. And who knows when those things will happen, but that's what I would like to reread soon. I hope you've enjoyed my top 5 Wednesday. Hope you'll join me next Wednesday for another top 5. Let me know down below if you like me doing these videos. I'm kind of really excited to be a part of the Goodreads group. I'll list that down below. And to participate in these videos, I think that they're a lot of fun. And it's nice to sometimes not have to like think of topics for your content. It's nice to be a part of a larger community all filming the same topic video and talking about the same thing. So I'm really excited to see what everybody else had for this. If you liked it, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up, click subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you in my next video.